wet my hands. Let's test it. That is window pane. Well, I mean, it's kind of, it's close. Doing it with one hand is hard. But anyways, that's window pane, where you can see your finger through it. I think that's good enough for me. This has been going for about 10 minutes in this mixer. It's smooth and elastic. It's sticky, but not too terribly sticky. I'm going to stick it in a plastic container and let it rise. I'm cooking French onion soup right now, so my stovetop is nice and warm over there. So I'm going to stick it on it and let it double, and I'll go from there. Okay, see how smooth that ball is? That's when you know it is good and ready to do your first proofing. I put a little bit of oil in my container. These are the containers I was talking about. That is about 1 quart of dough. So when it reaches there, we'll pull it out and shape it. Alright, so I'm going to use some water. You can see it has doubled in size. Look at that. Ooh. So I'm going to punch it down. Pull whatever. Oh, that's salt. I use Himalayan pink salt. So sometimes I think there's something in my dough and it's just my pink salt. Look how beautiful that is. Look at that gluten development. So I'm going to fold it all towards the center. Again, there's just nothing but water on my surface. And it's okay if you pop the air out because you want it to evenly rise once it rises for the second time. And I'm going to give that surface tension. See how tight, and then it doesn't split. That's what you want. That is better than I expected it to be, honestly. Okay. Get that all bound up on the bottom there. You can do your hands like this and keep folding it under to create that surface tension. Fold it under, fold it under. You want that surface tension so it will give you a nice poof in the oven. All right, pause it. So I have a Banneton for sourdough. I'm going to use that for this because what I have, if you just want to use a metal bowl, you can. Make sure I coat this in flour really good so it doesn't stick. If you use a bowl, you would use a little bit of oil. Now I'm going to put this, make sure that surface tension is on there. I'm going to put this good side down. And any of this I'm going to stick together to try to get it as taut as I can. Now that's going to be a pretty good size loaf, baby. Alright, I'm just going to put some flour on the top here just so when I put my plastic or my towel, it doesn't stick to it. Alright, and that's going to go for another, till it doubles in size. Now I had timed for the first proofing and it only took 45 minutes to double in size, and I had stuck it near my oven because I have stuff cooking right now on the stove, so obviously depending on how warm it is. So I'll wait until this doubles in size. I will do the poke test. As you can see here, it is not ready. It's coming out quite quickly, and it's kind of leaving an indent, but you can tell that it's not ready. It would come out really slow and it would leave an indent. So I'll show you that once we check it to make sure it's ready to bake. probably about I'm going to time it. I'm going to put a timer on for an hour, and about half hour in, I'm going to set my oven to 500 degrees, not 450, but 500, and leave my crock in the oven to preheat along with it. Ooh, this increased significantly. Let's see. Oh yeah, slowly coming back. It is ready. So here's the tricky part. Please excuse my mess. It is to get it onto here. I'm gonna score it and then get it into my oven. All right, moment of truth. Oh my goodness gracious.
Well, it's about to go off.
That is huge. All right, so 500 degrees for 15 minutes with that pot on. We're gonna put it back in. We're gonna lower the temperature to 450 for another 20 minutes. 15, 20 minutes. I'm gonna set the timer for 20 and then I'll just check it. Rocky, get out of the kitchen. Go. Ooh, look at that beauty. Oh, that's hot. That is per day. Per day. Alright, so you want to put this on a wire rack to cool. Let me get my wire rack. Alright, you want to put this on a wire rack to cool, otherwise it'll get soggy and whatnot. So you want to tell if it's done. Let me get my gloves off. When it sounds hollow. Listen to that crisp. Ooh, has some wonderful crispy crisp. Alright, so that is that. I will send you the modifications I made to the recipe and a picture of it once it's cut. Ooh, it's like snack crab. Sounds like Rice Krispies. I'm gonna turn this off. It's still making the crunchy noise. Also, you can check that if it's done, it needs to reach at least 190. If you want a browner crust, then you'll probably get around 200 as far as degrees goes. But I could tell by the hollow sound that it's making that it's finished. And it's still growing. Something's going on. It is like crispy. It's like crunching like Rice Krispies. Honest, I've never had that happen before, but it's probably a good thing. It's yummy sounding. My ear didn't get really big because it blew up big time in the oven. I mean, it gave a huge oven spring. Anyways, that's that. All right, so you're supposed to wait until it cools to eat it or cut it, but we're not going to because we're going to eat it dinner. Listen to this. Whoops, my timer. That's for my sourdough. Look at that. Listen to the crunch. And it's not a hard, like it's burnt crunch. It's a oh, so yummy toasty crunch. This is a big stinking loaf. We better be using a serrated knife. Look at that. It's almost as big as your head. Anyways, that's that recipe modified.